Paul or not Paul? Do you still want to? Come on. Come on out.
This is my first time here. I don't even know what I'm doing. Seeing how old, how far back you remember your life. So when I go back, I was 2. You were 2? So yeah. So I remember burning my foot. My mother dropped coffee and my little shoe. Yes, you kept over, dumped the coffee in my foot. So they took me to St. Joseph's. That time there, I would cry every time I want to go home. So finally, I got to home. And then we lived in a house that they moved and they cut it in half. And then so they set the house on the ground, dirt. My mom she would water it down. She would water it down and sweep it. It was like concrete. But I remember those days. It being poor. The food, this everyday food, beans, potatoes, and greens. That was the staple food for us. So as we grew up, I was born in Phoenix. I've been here all my life. I seen the town grow from a little town to a big town. So I lived at that time I was going to Alhambra School, and next door was the farming was beautiful. Carrots, watermelon, cantaloupes. It is right there on the railroad, and so I lived on a farm, 51st Avenue and Camelback, and between English School and Camelback. And I grew up swimming all the time because of canals, the pump water, cutoffs, tan, dark, no shoes. The only thing that can stop you is what they call goat heads. Oh. So one day my dad says, he's a farmer, I want you to come and drive this truck. It's 1950 cab over Chevrolet. I said, what? He says, I want you to drive this truck. I'm going to make 2 rounds, and then I'll pull up, get the fertilizer, and then when I make 2 rounds, you move again. Well, okay, so I'm trying to hold the steering wheel, try to move the clutch in and move forward. That was my first job. So I never got paid. But anyway, it was fun. We had BB guns, we had water, everywhere. It was pump water, not irrigation. This was pump water. So I loved the water. So as I grew up, I went to John Avalon, wound up all the farms around there. So we had to move out. I wound up in Peoria, yeah. So I grew up in Peoria, Tolston, Glendale. So I grew up there on my bedroom, and I played football, and I captain of the team, and all this crap, So I got a small scholarship to Eastern Arizona. Yep. I got there. I got hurt. Right off the bat, I got my career busted. So I had to come home. So I started working at the garages, gas stations, but I never always wanted to work. Even now, I'm 82 and I still work. I love to work. Keep my mind busy and physically keep strong. And I work in Phoenix, but I created a business in 1971. It was a tire company from started in Phoenix. Then I moved up to Prescott. Then I had a big one in Las Vegas. So from scratch to nothing, the big companies. But in 2008, like everybody else, had the recession. Las Vegas went down first, and then came into Prescott. Prescott, everybody, all the young guys were losing their business, losing their equipment. It was sad. I had a little ranch out here on 69, and the young guys would come by, yeah, you want to buy my saddle? Do you want to buy this? They were hurting. And it was a bad, but I survived it. And then that my wife.
You're right.
we met dancing, and that's what we like to do is dance. We love to dance. We have a great time. Anyway, my life's been pretty good. Everything I've had is great. But I believe in God, so keep me strong. Thank you.
Gratitude, applause.